Hi, I'm Maggie Lokowski from Maggie Moon Tarot. When I was deciding what to write for Attune magazine for this issue, I thought about a few of my favorite things for this time of year. We're coming into autumn equinox, Mabon, mid-harvest, our harvest home. A time to start wintering in, preparing ourselves outwardly and inwardly for the colder months. Things are slowing down, the days are getting shorter and the nights are longer. Harvesting what's left in our gardens and sharing with our family and friends. Doing our autumn cleaning, putting our garden to bed, getting out our sweaters, blankets, quilts, and creating those delicious soups and breads that sustain us. We plant our pansies, the mums are blooming, and the leaves are changing on the trees and falling. There is an excitement in the air, and it's time to take walks in the crisp fall weather. And don't forget to visit the farmers markets where our community, they're selling their produce and their wares. So supporting each other. And the autumn festivals, it's about changing up the energy. Also inside our homes by bringing in what we find out in nature for our wreaths, table decorations, and adding the season's color, which is great therapy. Finding inspiring books and poems to read for the seasons and journaling about our inner and outer harvest and all that we're grateful for. Maybe designing a tarot spread to see what we might reflect upon. And as we move along to the end of October, the third harvest, celebrated by many as Halloween, Hallowmas, All Souls Day, or Samhain. At this time of year, the veil is thin, a time when we celebrate and honor our ancestors. There are many ways we can do this. By changing up our altars or an area where we have pictures of our loved ones, friends, pets, and adding the things that they loved most in life, along with candles and flowers. There may have been a poem or story that they loved, so read that aloud to them. You can record in your journal any messages you receive from those that have passed along. And those messages that come in our dreams or synchronistic experiences, there's an old saying, "They that are born on Halloween shall see more than other folk." Many people visit their deceased family and friends in a cemetery at this time. Light a candle on the grave and bring flowers. I have participated in cemetery walks on All Souls Day. Some of the graves are so old that there may not be any relatives or friends left, so saying their name aloud, they may not have heard it spoken in a while. They will know they are remembered and not forgotten. We also make soul cakes to take with us to leave at the graves. And a soul cake is a small round cake or a muffin, which is traditionally made for All Souls Day to celebrate the dead. Originally, they were made with whatever grain the community had available. The cakes often were simply referred to as souls and were given out to children and the poor, and they would go from door to door singing and saying prayers for the dead. The 60s folk group Peter, Paul, and Mary, they recorded a song based on the old rhyme for soul cakes called A Souling. And then we celebrate the Day of the Dead, Dia de los Muertos. And that's another festival celebrated in many parts of the world, in Mexico, and in the United States, particularly where there are large Latin American communities. And the Day of the Dead events, which come in the form of festivals, parades, and group celebrations, are held on November 1st to the 2nd to coincide with All Souls and All Saints Day. During these celebrations, some people wear masks, create beautiful decorations to honor the dead. Some community centers invite people to commemorate their deceased loved ones with offerings. That includes food, symbols, flowers, candles, photos, and other mementos. Altars in memory of the dead are also made in people's homes. The skull is decorated and used in celebrations, which symbolizes death and rebirth. A traditional flower associated with the dead is the marigold. It has been said that the marigold represents the rays of the sun, which is about life, so the deceased have not lost their place in the universe. And the raven is also, and the crow has also been linked with death. So, as the wheel turns, notice the changes both in our outside world and inside, and reflect and see how we move with the seasons. When we're in sync, we feel more of a connection with everything and find more ease and grace and joy in our lives. What plans do you have as the wheel turns? Thank you for watching. Namaste and bright blessings. Maggie.